In the film, there's the three characters, the mother and the two sisters, and you can tell they are single parent household, and also you can see like the mother has a pretty full family with two sisters and brothers. So in the film, we were trying to show like in different relationships how they need navigate and how they fight, how they loved, how they express their love in a very different way. So I think that can connect with the audience because everybody has family. We all have parents, we all have grandparents. Some of us have great children. So I feel like that's the way to connect with the audience.
I think your film strongly relies on casting, and I'm curious, how did you find your actresses, and like, did you do any chemistry checks, for example?
Well, because I live in New York, so I don't have the luxury to be in Taiwan, for a long process of casting. But of the film I make with Sean Baker, we do a lot of street casting, and we think like the people we found on the street, they had the real, real look that make the film even more authentic. So with this film, I try to I actually cast my I would say one of the lead actress, 世源Ma. I found her through Instagram, and then she's a first-time actor. She never acted before, but I asked her to send me. I really love her look, so I asked her to send me audition tape, and I was blown away by her performance. And with the little girl, we actually did a street casting. I watched probably 90 to 100 videotapes, and I couldn't find any. I couldn't find anybody I really, I think is fitting for this role. So I also held a workshop with the acting coach to help me find this girl. But in the end, I found Nina through a casting director in Taiwan because Nina was in a lot of commercials since she was 3. And so she was recommended to me. And Janelle Tsai, she is a established TV actress, and she was a model in the very beginning. And I think she just won a TV Emmy Award, Best Actress in Taiwan, like probably 2, 3 years ago. So she's established. And one time I heard her interview. She said she wants to find a role that really challenge her. So I reached out to her.
In your film, the colors are very bright, they're almost like pulsating. And I'm curious, why is that? Is it like you're trying to show the perspective of a child, or what was your approach towards it?
I think you can tell from the opening of the movie. It's a kaleidoscope, image, and like we want to show the film through this little girl's lens, because children they have a different eyes. They everything to them is so fresh, they see everything with more color, with like more flavor. So we definitely want to show the audience the film through this little girl's eyes.
It took you a while to produce and direct this film. I'm curious, how did you manage to find the funding and everything?
But that's a long, long story. I was left-handed in the very beginning, but I think my mom or the teacher in the school corrected me. So I didn't even know I was left-handed. But this, whatever he said to me, I always remember in my mind. So when I met Sean in 1999 in New York in school, I told him about this, and then he thought this is such an interesting thing he never heard of before. So he thought that we could probably write something together, like write a story. So we went to Taiwan in 2001, and we tried to find a story there. And we started with a left-handed as left devil's hand, and also beetle not stand in mind. So we shot some still photos, and we added together a trailer later on. But then we realized this is such a big project to start it because we will need a lot of funding with all the locations, different characters. So, and at the time I met him, he was editing his first feature, and I was just a student in the new school. We went back to New York and we made takeout together. That film only cost us $3,000 with two of us, a two-people crew, and then we still have this left-handed girl story in mind, and he went on to make Prince of Broadway. And then in 2010, we decided maybe we should try to write a script and then like try to make this film again. So we went back to Taiwan and stayed for a month. And that period of time, we went to different places to location scout, visit different night markets, and we found the night market we shot. Eventually shot the movie at, and also we found this little girl who was 5 years old. It's super cute. Her mother owns a noodle stand. So she was running around. We were fascinated. So we kind of added this little girl and the night market into the story. So that's our first draft of script.
And how did Sean Baker help you with like refining the script? And like, can you tell like how much of you is in the script and how much of him?
The script writing process is very simple because I'm not a native English speaker, right? So it's kind of default. He will be typing. He will be like typing the script, and I will be telling him all the stories that I have. So over the years, I collect different stories from friends or from my own or from my family. So all the character are inspired by people in my life or I heard from Taiwan. So I think the big part for Sean Baker is because he co-wrote the story. He's also the editor on the film. I think the final editing process is really vital for to make this film the look you see today.
Did you have to like build a trust between each other? Because you have to somehow trust your colleague, your film colleague, in terms of like montage and stuff like this. So I'm curious about this.
Well, we've been working together since early 2000. So over 20 years, we make so many movies together, and we have such a good like relationship on collaborating. Working on films, and he knows what I can do. I know he is genius on editing. Filmmaking. So it's not that hard. 20 years of working together, I completely trust him.
I'm also curious about the film regarding the way you portray like class dynamics, because like we have the scene in the restaurant where like the entire family meets, and we have like a different people from different classes. Is it like is this factor important in Taiwan and in China and all those places that like even the families can't find the common language because of the class that they come from different classes?
Especially in the night market, you can see, they are like working class people. They are people who has money, who just like walking around, and it's like a very mixed environment, and people are really. I think everybody is so friendly in Taiwan. You don't really see. You can't really tell the differences. Even in a family, they have conflicts. They have like money issue. They trying to make the ends meet, but still, like I think in the end, everything is especially like in the ending, right? It feels like there's nothing happened before. But I think that's just the power of family, right? You fight with your mom yesterday, you yell at each other, but today, you still love her, and she still loves you. So I think that's just the power of family.
And how important is the language in a film? Because I guess you could try to make an English film, and you had Sean Baker on board, but you still decided to not to do like the English feature. So I'm curious about this.
Oh, I definitely want. I think it's so important because like the city, Taipei City is one of the characters, and then I really really want to show the world my home country, my hometown. And I want to show the night market. I want to show all the beauty of Taipei. I want to definitely I show the love of my like the love to my country.
And how did you try to spot the locations in the city? Like how did you choose the places you shot in?
Well, I think like in the very beginning, I know I want to show all the. I definitely want to show night market because that's such a Taiwanese specialty. So like that, it's not very hard for me to pick the location because I'm still very familiar with Taiwan because I go there every year. Like I did all the location scout on my own, and I really feel like I need that, like a chemistry with the location. You know, for example, their apartment, we need that long hallway. So the little animal, what happened? I don't want to say too much about that, but what happened in the film. We want to make sure every location can create the dynamic as we wrote it in the script.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.